again. Good morning, beloveds. Facebook did some kind of update, and I'm not sure I like it, so here we are. But that's neither here nor there. We're still working with it, and it's still letting me do it landscape on the iPad, so I'm happy. And Dante's over here, so, and really funny, I like to, he'll come in and cuddle with me while I'm doing this, and so I was like, I come in here and I don't see him, and I hadn't seen him for a minute, so I call him, and Tom calls him, and I call him again, and then I sit down, and he pops out from underneath the couch that I'm sitting on. So here we are. I also got a hop feather today. It's right where we have two places where we typically stop to get some water, and it was at the second water stop. Now, granted, it was in the ditch in the water, or in the gutter in the water, but still, it was right there where we stop. So, and unfortunately, I accidentally adjusted my handlebars at the same time, so Tom had to fix that when we got home. So, my bike is more than 20 years old, so. But the frame's still good, so they're not going to talk me into buying a new $700 bike when that frame's still good. All right, I don't know why I'm putting my glasses on. Let's do the housekeeping, and then we will work. We've got 3 or 4 more days still in this, and then we'll move on to the hidden power of the Bible. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. Each one email a week tells you what's going on for the week and month, and the holidays are hot. So click here now means it. It's also a blind CC. Nobody's going to see your email. I will also mention the social media, because that's what I'm doing this on, but we don't monetize the social media. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So we ask you to go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post. React to the post, comment on the post, share the post. It bumps us in the algorithm, and then that's a free and easy way that you can support the center by getting our stuff in front of more people. So we appreciate it. All right, moving on. We are getting really close to being finished with the appendix of A New Design for Living. And in case you're curious, this will be the next book, The Hidden Power of the Bible, which I find really funny because I was moving these to the YouTube channel. So if you ever wonder where these go to live after Facebook deletes them, they go to live on YouTube. I moved them to YouTube, so you can still see all of the stuff that I've done since the beginning of COVID, because, here we are. It picked that book, me holding that book, as a thumbnail for this one. I was like, of course you would pick that one. But here we are. All right. So, I've talked ad nauseum about what this book is, so let's just get into it. As I said, the appendix is where he's giving you real world examples. And we are at the part where he is literally just giving you the treatments now. The affirmations, declarations, whatever you want to call them. And so I'm kind of covering 3 of them a day with a brief pause in between each one of them, just in case one of them does strike your fancy. So today, I do believe that these are real examples of where somebody has come. Are they the ones that he did for the person? No, but these are real examples that people came to him and said, hey, can you dream about this? And so he's in here to prove that there is nothing that you can't do a treatment about. Okay? Nothing. Because if not tomorrow, Tuesday, I believe, we will do stomach. So today, right now we are going to do I am myself. Today, I practice being my real self. In so doing, I do not deny others the same privilege, but seek to find in them the same miracle of life, the same wonder of being, the same delight in existence. Today, I realize that all the good there is, all the presence there is, all the power there is immediately available and immediately responsive to me. Today, I enter into the faith of believing, the joy of knowing, the act of living, which proclaim the one power and presence in all things. And today, as a child, I accept this presence that responds to me in a warm, personal, and responds to me as warm, personal, and colorful. It is within and around and through me, even as it embraces all things. Today, I accept my partnership with the infinite. Okay, one of the things that I really like about this one is he says, I realize that all the good there is, all the presence there is, all the power there is immediately available. And that is really important to know, that one, it's immediately available and immediately responsive. Like, we're not standing in line, okay? It's immediately available and immediately responsive. It is up to us to accept that. So it's ready to respond. It is immediately available. We have to be willing to accept it. So that is I am myself. Now we are going to do self-expression. Today, I express myself with joy and enthusiasm. I live more abundantly and I accept the possibility and the responsibility. I look more deeply into the heart of all people, finding there the pulsation of the heart of the universe itself. I penetrate all externals and reveal the divine presence hidden there, the presence of the living God. And I know in this, my self-seeking, this, my self-expression of the abundance of the whole, there is nothing little or mean. There is nothing isolated or separated from the all good. This good is in me, even as it is in others. As I lift high the chalice of my hope and faith, I know that it shall overflow, and that everything I do shall be blessed. Every good I seek shall be expressed through me, and everyone I shall meet, everyone I meet shall proclaim anew to me that God, the living presence, is expressing itself through all humanity and rejoicing in that which it does. All right, so that's another one where, okay, I'm sorry. I just love the idea of, as I lift I lift high the chalice of my hope and faith. But I also like that he says, where was it? I look more deeply into the heart of all people, finding there the pulsation of the universe. Whatever you want, you got to want for everybody. And he does it right here. Look, this is about my self-expression, but I'm also acknowledging that everybody else gets this same self-expression, and that we should all, have all of the good. So, and he ends it that way, that God expresses itself through all humanity. So, there's a good one. Okay, last one. We are doing heart. Today, my heart beats in perfect rhythm, and its tireless and effortless pulsations are steady, calm, and continuous. God created it, and I now permit God to sustain its perfect action. I cease burdening its action with fear, violent emotions, anxiety, and doubt. And I accept the wisdom, love, and harmonious activity of God in my body and affairs. The perfect action of the one life is manifesting in my heart right now. Okay? So there you go again. Now he is treating specifically about the organ. He starts it off with my heart beats in perfect rhythm. And then he says, I now permit God to sustain it in perfect action. And I cease to burden it. Okay? So this is, you can treat for very specific things. Because like I said, tomorrow, the first thing we are going to treat for is success. The second thing we are going to treat for is stomach. So if something is not working right, and it's about going to principle, it's about knowing that everything was created by God, from God. And so if something isn't working right, then we can go back and take a look at the blueprints that God made and remind ourselves, because we don't need to remind God, God knows this, that God knows exactly how it should work, and that we can let God deal with it so that it goes back to working the way it should. And in it, he takes accountability for our own actions. Like, because our heart races when we're afraid, when we're angry, when we're anxious, our heart races and we are burdening our heart. And so it is up to us to go, you know what? I'm gonna step back and accepting peace. I am calm. That was one from earlier. So, here we are. But that's the appendix, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm loving these real world examples. I hope you are too. And let me remind you, if they resonate with you, use them exactly the way they are. If it doesn't, change any words you need to, or you just completely rewrite it. But know that the reason he's doing this is to remind you it's possible. There's nothing too big and nothing too small for God. All right. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wonderful day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Hey, let's get this week started off right day. Let's take care of business day. A drink plenty of water day. Be aware of the heat day. It's going to be hot day. A cuddle your fur babies day. A tell a funny story day. A make sure you make time to sit down and rest day. A you got this day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. At your own pace. And, as Reverend Jesse likes to say, you are a godly. So explore the truth of your own being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the divine knows you to be good. It is all the divine knows. So, from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, I'm going to move on to the process of my day. I'm going to remind you, Reverend David should be on sometime this afternoon. Who knows? I'll be back with you around in the 9:15 hour. And like I said, we'll tackle stomachs. That's a good one for me. Those anxious thoughts, they affect your heart and your stomach. So, all right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved always. And I will see you next time.